just thought I'd make a quick video on some awesome lesson learned from this book, The E-Myth Revisited. And I've had this book for a while, but never actually read it, but I've decided to read it like halfway through. And one of the massive points of this entire book is developing and creating your business as if it was a franchise. So that means someone could just take it on and all the processes are already there. Just like a franchise, like McDonald's, how if you bought into that, everything would be the same. Everyone knows exactly what to do, how to do it, why they do it, and everything has been written out in process driven. And they're one of the best examples of taking this to a larger and just growing it hugely, massively over the years. So when I was thinking about that, there's so many things in my business that I do that are reliant just on me because I haven't either written out the process or I don't have staff to do that. But when you do this, that means you are the major person that you're working in your business rather than on your business. And that's what I'm trying to change. So many little admin things that I've now got a virtual assistant and they do a little bit of work every day for a week. And there's so many things I pass on to them that now I don't actually have to worry about now, even just like updating client stuff. And that got me thinking about the next thing I need to work on is the business process kind of development maps. So if a new client comes in, this is exactly what happens. And these are that each person has their role. So currently I can figure out all the activities that I'm doing and who the salesperson's doing, lead nurture, virtual assistant, and all the trainers. I can work out this, write all the processes out. So when anyone comes in, I can kind of show them from a view, this is the process. It starts from a client all the way through, all the way to me paying the trainers. And that's what I don't currently have at the moment. I do have some instructions, but it really is just kind of like verbally, I would give it to the trainers on what to do next. So that is my next focus, developing processes and systems. So if I wasn't here, anyone could see this document and could see exactly, okay, that person does that job. This is how they do it. These are the exact steps to follow. And with that brings you back and you can actually just work on things on your business. That's what I can spend my time doing rather than doing some, even just paying staff using the payroll system. That might take me like an hour and a bit or whatever, a fortnight. But technically I could actually get someone from the admin team or virtual assistant to do that for me. And it would only technically cost like $20 if I look at the costs for the time spent. But in terms of my time, me doing that could be much better spent writing out these protocols and having a bit of overarching review of the business and how it's going. So that is a huge lesson I've learned from this, and I've got heaps of things. So one of the examples is the benefit of this is the lowest skilled worker can actually do this task. And what that means is you don't need to hire someone with a lot of experience and knowledge to get them, because first of all, it's hard to hire someone like that. They're more expensive, and then you're relying only on that market. But if you can actually write everything out in a way that the lowest skilled person can do all these tasks, that means anyone could be hired and to fill that role because they'll have all the processes and systems in place and know how to do it. So this is just like, it might seem super simple, but this is actually revolutionizing, my thoughts of how the business is run. So I don't have any of that kind of like written up stuff. I've been, and I've started developing it over time. When I brought on a lead nurture, I was writing out instructions. Okay, yes, when you client comes in, you call them, try to book them in. All that kind of stuff, that can be written for me, for them to follow. And I would just, as soon as I find a lead nurture person, it's like, here you go, look at this document. It has every single step in that they need to do. And that should cover all of it. So even with with someone with no experience could do that straight away. That is what I'm working on right now. And I think having that in place, that will really actually, first of all, I will actually identify if I'm doing 20 tasks, virtual assistant is doing 10 tasks, lead nurture doing 3 tasks. I can see that of my 20 tasks, there might be 4 tasks that I can easily pass on to the virtual assistant with not really any change, an extra 30 minutes for them to do a week. And that is what I'm more excited about, is making sure everything is actually being listed out and I can actually see where my time is going and slowly bring on the team to do that, bring on to a team to do that for me and with me. So yeah, that's the biggest thing I've gotten so far from this. It's called the franchise framework in this book. And there's way more to it. But I'm using kind of that principle to get started and just starting writing out all these different processes. And from there, you work on innovating, actually operationalizing what you've actually written down and doing that in the process. So that's coming up.